info, got mortgage. Got mortgage.
What's going on, guys? It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Khawatmi, coming at you guys with another episode of the Got Mortgages podcast. And we have got a very special guest, one of our loan officers, Santi Rodriguez. He recently joined the team, also known as Mr. Funds and Flips. Santi's been in the industry since 2004, so a little over 22 years. He has gone through various different aspects on the residential side, the investment side, and also some developing. I think you guys are going to definitely want to tune in and hear some of the really interesting facts, how he's gone through the business, the changes prior to the bubble, post, and thereafter. Make sure you guys tune in, and you're on Got Mortgages Podcast. Talk to you guys soon. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Khawatmi, Got Mortgages, here for another episode of the Got Mortgages Podcast, and we have got a very special guest, Mr. Santi Rodriguez. Santi, what's up, bud?
Hey, man, everything's good. Can't complain, you know? New year.
Yes, sir. So Santi is one of our senior loan officers, just started with the team. Santi comes with a huge level of experience from back in the day. How long have you been doing mortgages?
Whew, that's really dating myself. I don't want to go that far, but 20 years plus.
I love it.
Easy.
Now, Santi also refers to himself as Mr. Funds and Flips, right?
Got it, yeah.
So talk to me again, starting 20 plus years ago. So that was prior to, I guess, a couple years before the housing bubble, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Back in probably about 2004 is when I really got started in the mortgage business and grew from there.
So 4 years before the bubble, right?
Yep.
Or 3 years, however we want to look at it. It was obviously a completely different ballgame.
Oh, totally different. Different. The way we originated, the way loans were processed. I mean, we're going totally virtual with documents.
Sure.
And AI now is another level to everything that we even experience now. Back then, everything was manual.
And, I'm not going to get into AI because we'll be here for hours.
Yeah,
and know that.
That'll be a topic for another day.
So the reason why I wanted to start with that, too, is we're obviously now starting to see a trend where market sentiment is happier, consumer sentiment is happier, and then you and I are both kind of seeing some of these like investors start to loosen up a little bit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where, whether it's funds and flips, right? Before you would have to go 25, 30% down. Now we're kind of seeing them. I mean, if you've got experience, right? I mean, they're going as low as like what? 15, 10, depending on the investor.
It depends on the investor. Depends on the credit, of course.
Yep.
But we're doing a lot of 100% too, and not just, the residential world, but for investors as well, getting 100% financing.
Which, during COVID, I would say like post-COVID, when you were like, holy shit, we're about to hit 7-8%, a lot of these people just got out, right? Or they were like, nope, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. And so obviously you've had your level of experience. You started working with us for a little bit. You've got a couple deals now under your belt. Talk to me about the experience, how it's been, and just some of the transitions now from some of your past experiences.
It's a great thing. So when I look at funds and flips, I look at me being a funder for someone in various situations.
Sure.
Whether that's an FHA, whether that's a conventional, someone that wants to fix and flip or fix to rent, and whether it's, an investor, like I said, the key is to get them closed as quick as possible.
Sure.
Right. And we can do that in the investor world, right? We're looking at 14 to 21 days. And when we teamed up, that's what I'm seeing on average, and when I see that on average on a conventional, on an FHA, on a 203K, that's key. Now 203K, we're going to kick that out to the side because we know how brutal that can be. But when you're doing FHA and conventional in the marketplace, 14 to 21 days, when the competition is 30 to 45 or even longer, that puts us ahead. Yeah. And that was one of the things why, I wanted to come on with Got Mortgages and come on with the team to solidify systems and processes. Not only that, but the systems you have to help our individual clients grow, the realtors, the financial planners, and again, going to AI, no other company out there is really teaching the LOs how to use AI to advance.
Yep.
So with that included, closing loans quickly as possible is key. And then you have, like I said, the other things we mentioned with the AI and the other systems and processes to put in place.
I love it. I mean, listen, we've had, and just like in this industry, every deal is tricky, right? We're always dealing with stuff. I mean, from you know appraisal flags, right, for re-inspections to talk about I still think on the one file we did, I still till this day think the underwriter did the income wrong.
No,
Till this day,
I double checked it. Trust me.
I was
did.
sitting there and I'm like, "Are you sure?" And I checked the underwriter. Are you sure? She goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
But speed is definitely something. Shout out to our operations team. From our closers, underwriters, Pam. I think speed is so critical. Communication too, right?
Absolutely.
The regimented approach that we have on behalf of the LO, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like clockwork. I think it really allows us the ability to set the tone, right?
Yes.
To
Yep.
separate ourselves. Listen, every institution's got their products, they've got their pricing, right? I think the biggest difference though is that comfort level, right?
Yeah.
For the client, and you mentioned too for our partners, right? The professionals,
Yes.
where hey, again, this deal hit a snag, but here's solution A, B that we've already worked on, right? Where we're not shying away from that. And I think, as a originator, the goal for the originator is to always produce.
Yes.
And a lot of the times, I remember when you and I were first talking, and this was back when I was all the way in Dallas.
Right.
And literally, I remember taking your call, and we got connected by Matt. Shout out to Matt Marinoff.
Yes.
And I remember telling you, because I hear this time and time again, originators out there, do I got to get my pay stubs? Do I get bank statements? Am I going, who, you, the originator? Hell no.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
and
a
it's
huge
true.
issue. Yeah.
Now that we've experienced it, now it doesn't take away from the fact that the originator doesn't know what's happening on the deal. And just the same way on the non-traditional, non-QM stuff too, right? Where it's critical for the loan officer to know the business, to know the docs, to know what they need to get. But at the same time, I think it's just as important for them to not be inundated with the day-to-day, right? So how did you fall into the funds and flip side of things? Because I'm sure, just like most of us, you started traditional financing.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then eventually, obviously, got into the investment side. And then most importantly, picked up a couple properties yourself. So now we could speak from experience on what we're telling. Share with our audience a little bit on that, because I'd love to hone in on that stuff.
Absolutely. When I look at the funds and flips, honestly, I'm a funder and a flipper, right? And I fund on investments, like we said, on the conventional buyer. And then I always look for funding myself.
Sure.
And then with the flips, I have so many people that come to me and they want to know, how can I do that? How can I become a flipper? How can I buy the next property as a rental? And that's where the key is. It's not just funds and flips. It's, you could become a flipper. You could buy your next property and turn it into a rental. Everybody wants to have that second means of income or that mailbox money. And that's where I really tagged funds and flips. So I'm that funder who's also a flipper, who's a resource for you if that's something that you want to do. And then I specialize in those, and I say every deal is a tough deal, right? The client needs to tell me everything that is the possible issue, right? So we can solve them. We're problem solvers at the end of the day, right? Because we'll get the loans from numerous companies, or a realtor took it somewhere else and they couldn't get it done. And here's why. So if you tell me the problem, we'll get it done without an issue. We'll figure out a way to get it to the underwriter, whether it's a different program or a different situation or documenting something differently, so we could get them closed.
Yeah, I love that. So what are you looking forward to mostly 2026, right? 20 plus years in the business. Obviously, consumer sentiment is up.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Like we said earlier, what are you looking forward to mostly heading into the year?
A couple of different things. Number one is I'm seeing interest rates that we've already seen tick down, which is great for the economy and people who want to go out and purchase. Gives them more buying power.
Sure.
That's number one. Number two would be more people are buying real estate. not just because of the interest rates. They're seeing more opportunities out there. The people who could not afford and are investors out there looking to buy properties and looking to get some income, those opportunities are picking up as well now.
Yep.
So I'm looking for growth. Number one is systems, not just only in my real estate financing portion of the business, but in my real estate development side, is looking for the systems to implement to help grow not just myself, but all my partners as well. Any individual who that's their goal, to build an empire or do their first fix and flip, that's what I'm here for.
I love it. I love it. Well, definitely excited to have you on the team. Excited to see your growth and everything that we got going on. And definitely look forward to see what we got in store.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Well, appreciate you guys checking us out. Make sure you guys do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. And we will catch you guys next time. Have a great day.